Apparently, Gavin Newsom is considering appointing Oprah or Orpah, however you say her name, as the new senator from California if Dianne Feinstein ends up not finishing her term. So if something happens to Dianne Feinstein, Gavin Newsom is potentially considering Oprah as one of his many ideas. Now, Oprah helped sell the Iraq war to the public. Oprah helped manufacture consent for the illegal invasion of Iraq. Oprah helped peddle the lies. Oprah told lies about weapons of mass destruction. And Oprah really helped fuel public opinion in favor of the war. So Oprah lied and lied and lied about Iraq. Oprah supported the war effort. And she is just terrible on that policy. Absolutely horrible. So she would fit right at home with the establishment goons and the horrible corporate puppets. So Oprah would just be probably just as bad as a senator as Dianne Feinstein herself. Now, the most pathetic person in this scenario is actually Barbara Lee, because Barbara Lee has sucked on the toes, metaphorically, of the establishment. She has gone out of her way to appease corporate Democrats and try to make them happy and play buddy buddy with them and try to get along with them. For instance, Barbara Lee has never taken a direct stand against Democratic leadership. She has always gone along with them and fallen in line with them and done everything that they wanted. And in return for Barbara Lee's subservience, Hakeem Jeffries was given a leadership position instead. Hakeem Jeffries, who was a corporate goon, was given a leadership position, and Barbara Lee was shafted and screwed. So Barbara really should have learned that there's really no benefit to her sucking up to Democratic leadership, because they're just going to betray her and never be nice to her anyway and never like her, and they're never going to give her any favors. Now, Barbara Lee didn't learn her lesson, and Barbara Lee endorsed Kamala Harris for president in 2020. When Kamala Harris ran for president in 2020, Barbara Lee endorsed Kamala Harris. Barbara Lee did not endorse Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders. Barbara Lee endorsed Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, who is incredibly horrible and corrupt and a complete establishment shill. So Barbara Lee really debased and embarrassed herself by sucking up to corporate leadership every chance she got. So now she's being screwed over like she always has been. Barbara clearly hasn't learned any lessons. And at the age of like 77, I think Barbara Lee is turning 77 this year, she's probably not going to learn any more lessons. So, when you get to a certain point and you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you're at a certain age, you're probably not going to learn any more lessons, because you're just going to keep doing the same things over and over again. So if Oprah gets appointed senator, she will be a very powerful pro-war voice in the Senate, and Barbara Lee will end up looking like a fool, which she is, because she has always been subservient to corporate leadership, and whatever they want, she tries to get along with them, and she gets nothing in return, and she only gets screwed in return. So Barbara Lee totally embarrassed herself, which is a real shame, because Barbara Lee is someone who is very brave when it comes to anti-war stuff, and Barbara Lee is an outspoken interventionist. So if she could be like that on all the other policies, I mean, not all the other policies, but if she could be like that in response to Democratic leadership, then maybe she would get somewhere. But no, Barbara Lee always has to be nice and play along with Democratic leadership. And it's really just leading to her getting embarrassed and embarrassed and embarrassed all the time. It's so embarrassing, Barbara.